What's going on, everybody? Last show for the week. Adam Driver was rumored to be playing Magneto. It's not who it is. Somebody else. Some updates on Cyclops, some updates on Emma Frost. I told you yesterday there's going to be more and more updates on this X-Men stuff. Speaking on casting, we talked about G.I. Joe yesterday. There's more rumors for casting. Who's going to be in that? Speaking of casting, God of War, which is a very anticipated TV series. The lead actor is Gonski. Got hurt. They got to replace him. And it looks like Doomsday is getting some significant more interest online than Dune is, to which I have to say, no shit, Sherlock. And then the big debate on now publications going, tattletaling on you. Netflix used AI. Go get them, guys. Is that starting to wear thin? Talk about that. Winston will be here. He's having some power problems, but we will talk to him and more on the show today. Let's get into it. It's the show. Here we go.
Did you shit in there?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. It is Friday, wrapping out the week here of shows. And Winston, like I said, will be joining us today. I was bouncing back and forth. I thought I was going to go at one point. I thought we were going to do the show later on today because Sam, you guys will see at 2:30, we're going to release The Empire Strikes Back, first time reaction from Sam. That will come out. And then we shot House of the Dragon episode 5 earlier this morning. And I thought we were going to also shoot Attack of the Clones because we did Phantom Menace yesterday. Peel, do you think Sam liked Phantom Menace? You can pop in with your little circle. Over here.
I'm going to have the little circle here with the one shot, but I can pop in. I'll figure that out. I'm going to guess that she didn't love it, but did she like it more than we think? That's what I'm going to hope so.
There's the story element she likes. She hates Jar Jar Binks. I mean, she hated him.
So, not surprised.
She thought it was a girl halfway through the movie. But she I didn't put any of my opinions on anything because I actually come around to Jar Jar. He's an imbecile, but like he's just there. But hates Jar Jar. But really liked let people see. She responded to a bunch of things. Caught on a little slower to a couple things, which was good. And then she definitely felt the shift in tone for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but excited. I actually am more. I like that we're doing it this way because I had asked the audience, what should we do? Should we go Jedi first into the prequels? And the majority of people actually said stick to machete order, and I think that they're right. I'm actually going to disagree with the other people, even though I was wavering, because she likes episode 4 and 5 so much. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, figured it out.
That episode 4 and 5, she likes it so much. Let me get over here though, because it's fucking weird. But episode 4 and 5, she likes so much that if she doesn't like the tone of 1, 2, and 3, it's kind of like a palate cleanser. Then leads right into Mandalorian. It's the same tone.
Yeah.
So,
I do think I honestly think she liked 2 more than 1. I feel like
I do too, and I showed her a trailer, and she already is like, oh yeah, that looks good. She didn't hate 1. She didn't hate it. She just was like, but she did say, and this is why again I know my friend so well. She said to me immediately, she said, had you shown me this first, I probably wouldn't have wanted to continue with the rest of the series.
Right, that makes sense.
And this is for anybody else who didn't start with 1, 2, and 3. You're wrong. All right, get out of here because I want to show Winston something. Winston A. Marshall is here. There he is.
What's up?
What's going on? So
my apologies, everybody. I'm in the middle of doing some much needed upgrades to the office. That's why it looks like complete chaos behind me.
I was gonna say it looks dark in there.
And I knocked out the power to one of my lights. So I had to redo the circuit breaker, which is fine, and I got the computer back up, but I'm missing one of my lights. So it's extra cinematic today. So
all right, well, I'll give you a treat. Watch this.
It's fucking Friday, and I haven't had a full cup of coffee.
Dude, dude, it's the delayed response. Like her brain didn't process the fear fast enough.
What was also so good about it was that he's like, she yelled with gave no F's about how loud she yelled. Like we're in a building with various other offices. So we had 2 or 3 people pop out. One lady up on the front goes, "Are you okay?" And so Sam was like, yeah. And it's funny because I was like, "She's fine. Now get back in your office before I have to."
Jesus.
No. No. She was nice. And then there was the other lady who popped out and saw what we were doing, saw us laughing. She goes, "It was so good. It was really good."
Dude, that's actually hilarious. But good on them for being like, "Oh my god, God, are you alive?"
Yeah, 100%.
Instead of just being in your office and you just hear a woman scream bloody murder, like, nah, she'll be fine.
It's so funny. So yesterday, because we had shot, I was telling PLD, we shot Phantom Menace, and then she left, and Matt Serra came in to do House of the Dragon episode 5, but he also watched I Play Rocky. Yeah. And I mean that trailer that's the best trailer I've seen all year. And
everybody's been talking about it. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, man. I'm excited to see it.
It's really, even Sadie last time we watched it, she was blown away by it. Saw it, but Matt, we're gonna put that up, and then Matt had watched that, and then he rushed out to see the Odyssey, and like I thought, he absolutely loved it. You saw it, you absolutely loved it. People who are actually seeing the movie are understanding that it's not you got to go away from being on your team for a second and just watch the movie.
Which the funniest thing is, the team that was anti this movie, the main thing is like, there's no real man, there's no masculinity. It's like one of the most like, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna some
dude,
stuff.
85% of the movie is Odysseus' journey. 85%,
1000%, and it's him literally. All right, we're gonna do this thing. Oh, I effed that up. Okay, I'm gonna have to find my way. I'm gonna think about it, and then we're gonna move on to the net. Like literally over and over and over again of him going to the ends of the earth to get home. Like it is an epic, exactly as epics are described, man. Like I even the last part, and I won't, obviously not spoilers, though the story is thousands of years old. Even the last part gives me Gladiator vibes. Like the same way that like you see Russell Crowe having to deal with the BS, same kind of vibes where I'm like, oh my god, like I know the story, but I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, is he going? What's going to happen? Like, it's so well done.
It's funny because and then Luke and I were talking about it, and Luke's like, how does anyone find this boring? I said, it's the same people found Andor boring, just kind of like tuned out and just not into it. And it's nothing wrong. If you don't vibe into it, you don't vibe into it. But that movie, to me, is the farthest thing from boring. I mean, I think that at one point you get to, there's a point in the midway where you can say, okay, we get it, let's go. And I understood that for a split second, but then it's like, it's just, you're so like locked in and engaged with like the brilliance of the filmmaking that I just don't understand that. But I would much rather and appreciate someone's take. If someone said like, I thought it was slow, I thought it was boring. You saw the movie, so that's your take. That's your opinion. I don't agree with it. I think it's I extremely disagree with it. However, it's your take, and you've seen the movie, so it's valid,
right?
You know what I mean? As opposed to not seeing the movie and just you paid for this. Stick it up your asshole with a 7-inch cucumber. You
only 7 though.
Yeah, because you don't
want to enjoy it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's my whole thing, because I saw you. There was somebody, I can't remember which episode it was, but I texted you about it, where I was just curious. I was like, all right, you got something to say? And then like, let's actually have that debate and talk about it, because like you said, if you're coming with real issues that you have with the movie for this and this, and you can articulate yourself, I can't fault you for your opinion. But you just saying, oh, it's trash,
right? Okay. Whatever it may be, but nonetheless, it seems to be doing well. Really well. It's going to do well. So excited to see what everybody says, but I want to get Sarah's opinion on it too, because he had texted me, I mean, more extensive. He loved it. His family loved it. So curious to see how it's going to do overall. So we'll see. We have a lot to discuss. I talked about our interview on Tuesday, or Wednesday rather. We got Penny Barber on the show, which is good.
man.
Yeah, you didn't same thing with you, right? Did you know about it? You found out about it on the reveal?
I found out about it when I guess the episode with Mike and Roxy earlier this week.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, everybody? I think that a lot of you may
not doing that yet, but I will show. We'll right there. There you go. I'm not showing the whole thing yet. Just we got a little snippet.
That which I would like to get your opinion on, but no, it costs $750,000.
Yeah.
It's made $420 million,
which is nice.
So
which is nice. It'd be nice if the people who worked on it got more of that.
So there you go. So
see,
spitting facts.
What are the people, bro?
I know.
Do I need to move my allegiance from Ellie Clutch to Penny Barber?
Yeah. Well, it's we talked a lot about movies, about a lot of different things, but talked about Mike. And that was a funny part.
Did you? Because my favorite part of watching the show and explaining to Mike about the thing is the fact that that he actually tried to blame subscribing to Penny or following Penny.
AI thing. Yeah, of course we talked about that. Of course, and I sent her the clip. Of the AI sluts thing. And she's like, that's 100% not anything that I posted. No, I mean, completely made that up.
AI sluts.
AI sluts. The best. So anyway, we got a lot to discuss here. Let's talk about you. Now, you have been talking about Mister Sinister for quite a while. Now, I know that you had mentioned Ryan Gosling for that role. That doesn't seem like that's happening, but what seems like what could be happening is that Adam Driver, who was rumored to be playing Magneto, is reportedly playing Mister Sinister. Now, when we talked about this briefly yesterday with Chris Carr, she said this is more so, she thinks this is the role that he definitely should play as opposed to Magneto. In a surprise twist, a reliable insider is now reporting that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker star Adam Driver is playing Mister Sinister in Marvel Studios' X-Men reboot, not Magneto. Now, he's a twist. Following reports that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker and Megalopolis star, that's the one you pick, Adam Driver has been cast as MCU's Magneto in X-Men Reboot. We have a huge update, from Apoc Horseman. The former Nexus Point reviewer, who has several scoops confirmed by the trades, has taken to social media to admit that he made a mistake when he said that Driver is playing the master of magnetism. Instead, the Kylo Ren actor is reportedly playing X-Men Mister Sinister, a villain who we've heard is set to serve as the franchise's big bad for some time now. Feels like a better fit for Driver, though nothing's official until we hear it from Marvel. He said that Bill Skarsgård is indeed one of the actors among a handful in the mix for Xavier. They're aiming young. Cooper Hoffman is in the mix for Cyclops. He's not the only choice, though. And also confirming that Emma Frost will appear in X-Men. Said Marvel Studios down to a few choices. Very good chance to reveal everyone at San Diego Comic-Con. I think they'll have the cast ready by then. Wow. That'd be big. It would make sense. As for Magneto, his status for the movie is unclear. It could be that he's being shelved for the first installment after being front and center in previous X-Men movies. And then there's other things too, but that's the main thing. And then they also said yesterday that the girl from Obsession is like one of the leads for Rogue. So that's interesting as well. So look. And I think the same thing that Chris Carr said, the same thing you said, is a good cast for her as long as she can hit that accent.
She hits the accent, then I, based off of what she did of playing the possessed Nikki and the regular Nikki and that back and forth, essentially because Rogue, obviously the accent is a major thing, but as she touches somebody, you don't just gain their powers, you're gaining their personality, their memories, all that kind of stuff. The idea of her also being able to inhibit other people, and now we've seen her do that already, I think actually makes her a strong candidate for Rogue. So as long as the accent's there, I like that. I think Sinister is a much better choice for Driver than Magneto, because part of my issue is even if you were doing a young Charles and Eric, the only problem with that is you told me that you're also going with your young X-Men team. It made sense when you did First Class because it's supposed to be the cast. It was them starting out. So you hadn't met what was supposed to be your core team quite yet. I think this is just a better fit because Adam Driver's not that old. He's what, 42?
Yeah,
so
42.
Yeah. So like this makes sense. The reason why I liked Gosling a little more, there's an evil kind of like charisma that's just oozing very much like, I think, take Loki and push it into not to be corny, push it into a more sinister kind of territory.
Yeah.
So I've seen Adam Driver do that. So he wouldn't have been my first choice, but as I'm sitting with it and I'm taking it in, I'm like, you know what? That actually feels good. I think that would work really well if they ultimately go that route.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Could he, and is he perfectly cast for Mister Sinister? Yeah, he is. I was hoping that the Magneto thing was true, if out of the two, because
really?
Yeah, just because it play off type a little bit more. Play the, more so where, yes, Magneto is still a villain, but he's, I guess, shit, Kylo was pretty conflicted, right? So, but they're both villains. It's a matter of how much one is just. Mister Sinister seems way more just pure evil, and there's not really no turning back. And Magneto, there's still there's a hint. But the other side of it is, if they actually do wait for Magneto in another X-Men movies, I think that's a good play. I think that's fine. I don't think you need him in the first one. I think you just need to really establish the team. You need to establish Xavier. Going younger makes sense. And as far as the Comic-Con side of it, I thought maybe they would reveal people at D23, but if they reveal people at X-Men, the only thing with that is, because isn't Comic-Con this weekend?
I believe so.
It's either this weekend coming up or it's next weekend. When is it? I don't even know. I think it's next weekend.
It might be the following weekend. I think it's the weekend of the 24th, 25th, 26th, I think.
July 22nd to the 25th.
22nd and 25th. Thank you, Peely. So the thing with that is, that's the week or the weekend before Spider-Man comes out. So my only thing is, if you reveal the X-Men cast at Comic-Con, are you showing your hand and giving up the reveal of Jean Grey, if she's indeed Jean Grey, before the movie comes out? So to me, it makes more sense to wait until D23, which is 2 weeks, 3 weeks after Spider-Man comes out.
That would probably be my guess, unless what you're doing is you're pulling a Doomsday, and you're not giving the whole thing away. You're just like, all right, you know that the X-Men are coming. Obviously, it's been a lot of talk of the town. We're going to give you one thing. We're not going to give you all of it because we want you to focus on Spider-Man. Let's focus on Spider-Man, but we will give you who is going to be your big bad, and then boom, here comes Sinister, and then you introduce Adam Driver. I could see that, and maybe you just do the one, and you save the bigger announcements for D23.
Yeah, I think that it's they're going to give you something. They're going to now look. If you give a, because we already know the X-Men movie's coming, but if you give a little bit of a, see, it does make sense though, doesn't it? Because Marvel's going to show up where DC's not doing a panel, and Marvel said they are doing a panel. Now, if there's never been a time, even during the shitty years, there's never been a time that Marvel has been at Hall H where they haven't delivered. Whether it's the, Downey thing, whether it's Loki showing up in costume, whether it's all these big announcements and things, they put on a show, and when they go, they always do, and Kevin Feige knows that. So you can't just rely on, hey, we got Spider-Man coming out next week, Doomsday and Secret Wars, see you next time. There's going to be more. So X-Men reveals kind of make sense. I just think, do you show your hand with Jean Grey? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can't. I think you've already done there's been enough speculation.
Yeah.
You have done a good enough job hiding this right now where nobody is definitively sure. Don't ruin it now. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? If you were going to do that, then why not make that announcement last Comic-Con or last big reveal for Brand New Day? I think it makes more sense to just wait.
100%. But if that is the case, what is the rest of the show? Now, you could still talk about X-Men, and you might be able to give some of the X-Men away, like you said, announce some of them and then more of them at D23. I don't know.
Yeah, because I know Sinister in that you've watched enough of X-Men 97. He's the one that made the clone of Jean.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it probably would be someone involved with what's happening with Jean. If if you're given a little bit of the tease leading up to it. So that movie is coming out. So for people, I'll give a little announcement for people too. People kept asking because the last 2 Spider-Man trailers that we've done, I've done one by myself. Sam has done one right after me, and everybody talks about how I got to let Sam go see because she's never seen any
in theaters. Yeah, you should take her, man.
She's already my +1 for next Monday.
Nice.
So
you got it. So you're good.
We're going on Monday. No, a week from Monday. Okay. We go, and Sam's going to come with me, so it'll be Sam's first out of the theater reaction.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm also considering just having her do her own out of the theater reaction. Like do one for me.
Well, they both would probably do numbers.
Sometimes so I'd probably just have her do one and me do one as well. Just a matter of like when I release them. Maybe release hers on Tuesday. Have her pop in for a second. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I was watching because again I said I was watching that. I just love that. I have not watched a trailer as many times as I've watched that I Love Rocky trailer.
Really?
Oh, dude, I've seen that trailer now like 6 to 10 times. I mean, easily. Damn. It's so good, and every time I get more and more inspired because, as I said, we're doing the Kickstarter. We're submitting for the approval real soon. Hopefully, the pre-page goes up in the beginning of August for launching in September. Nice. And again, the support already there's even in the Discord they started a little subsect with just about the pilot, and which is great. And it's the idea, right? As we said, you need 13,000 people to put in $25, right? It's like then we make the show, and watching that trailer again and again and again, and just seeing what he did and how he did it, and not saying it's been one of those things. So it's really. I can't wait for that movie. I think it's my most anticipated movie for sure.
No, that's when is it supposed to drop?
November.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think if you're talking about the rest of the year, now that I've seen Odyssey, probably my most anticipated is
Spider-Man, right?
Spider-Man, and then Doomsday.
Yeah.
I'm still excited about Clayface. But I will, and I think it really is a different beast than Supergirl. But I will say it took a little of the wind out of my sails right now. I'm not fully off board because it's a very specific thing that they're doing. So I'm holding it in its own regard. But that was enough to like make me go, okay, I'll put Doomsday above Clayface right now, just because I feel the momentum.
Yeah, I mean that's as much as I want to see Clayface. Doomsday to me is like that's the it's just I've always had a connection to the Rocky franchise in general.
Sure.
And so like I was watching and you can see the reaction that I put up. It's like I catch myself because I got teared up and I go, I don't even know how that happened, but it's just so there's just so much to it. And it's just such a great message. But anyway, I started watching on Netflix last night because of it. I started watching I realized I had never watched it before. They put a documentary out about Sylvester Stallone in 2023 on Netflix that I had never seen before. And I randomly, I guess he had done a podcast with his daughters, and they were talking about that documentary. And it's like, I go, I know I watched the Arnold one. I'm like, did I never watch the Sly one? So I started watching last night. It's really good.
Okay.
It's really good.
I didn't know that I knew Arnold had one, but I didn't know that Sly had one. So
yeah,
I gotta check that out.
I would say don't yet because you still haven't seen all the Rocky movies.
No, I have not.
That's what I'm saying. So that actually would be this might be the time leading into the movie that we actually can start doing those movies. I know you've seen one, but we'll probably have to watch one again, and then we'll watch 1 through 6.
Yeah, because I've seen all the Creeds. I've seen 3 and I've seen 1. The only reason I saw 1 because it's like, okay, it's about time I need to see it. And I was like, oh shit. And then 3, I had an audition where we were specifically supposed to like cover a bunch of stuff in the 80s. And so they were like, there's nothing more 80s than Mr. T, trying to talk shit to Rocky. So like we ended up watching that. But other than that, and I know the inciting incident in 4 about Apollo dying. And that being like him going to get revenge.
Yeah. What's so funny about that is that and this is why the Empire Strikes Back reaction today is I know it's going to cause conversation because I had the same questions. Because Sam watches and like you said, you knew about the Apollo thing. You've never seen the movies, but you knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Sam has
go in the damn wow.
No, right, exactly. Sam's been around on this earth as long as I have, and she has not. And she, she had heard the reference before, but when we get to the reveal of Vader, she was like, "What? What do you mean?" She had no clue that Vader was Luke's father. And I'm looking around, going, at the end of it, I said, I have so many questions, and then when we finished, I go, "How do you not know that? Like, just from pop culture, I mean, from seeing the movies." And she's like, I just didn't really care to be part of those conversations when they were happening. I didn't care about Star Wars. And I said, that's a fair answer. That's fair.
Yeah,
I would just sit around and listen. But she's like, I've heard the reference before. I said, because she loves Spaceballs.
Okay.
So
she's your brother's cousin's.
Yeah, she's never ever put it together. Roommate. She's never put it together. So
that's funny. That's actually really fun because I can understand that. But there are some things that, because of just pop culture, they transcend the thing that they are, and that just seems like one of those things that she would have known. Dude, and
that's when she found out. Yeah,
and the look on your face, bro. The fact that you get to see that in real time, that's incredible.
I didn't, because when we started watching it, I said, well, the only thing is I won't be able to, get that reaction from her, because clearly she knows that, and she didn't. And I was like, holy shit. And even I can give a spoiler for our Phantom Menace thing, because she paid attention to some of the names, when he talked about it in episode 4. But when she meets Anakin, she goes, oh, Anakin. And then she didn't, and I'm waiting. You'll see my face, and I'm going, is she gonna get that this is Vader? And I'm like, and I'm waiting. She doesn't pick it up. And even during the race, they're going a little Skywalker, and I'm like,
she's still not getting it.
She didn't get it. So, but finally, when he's walking back to his mother, she goes, wait a minute, and I go, get there. She goes,
stay on target.
Anakin. She was like, Scar. She's like, is that? That's little. I go, little Vader. She's like, and she got it like halfway through the movie, but she's like, she wasn't putting it. She's like, I wasn't putting it together, and so
that actually makes a lot more sense then. Why she wouldn't get some of these references is because, again, like you said, if she got everything else on her mind, it's just.
It's true. Someone said the name Anakin is mentioned in the OT. Yeah, no, it is. That's what I'm saying. Because I thought, because you got to realize, I've seen the movies so many different times, and I'm very aware that the audience yells at me when they're like, don't lead her into things, don't say anything. So I'm sitting there going, what do I say? Do I say, hey, you know who that is? Or I say, no, just fucking let it play on how it's playing, and thinking that maybe, are we going to go through this whole movie with her not realizing it's Anakin Skywalker? And she finally gets it like halfway through it. But yes, they do. And but her point was valid too. She's like, look, it's like watching Game of Thrones. If you don't know these characters, like, yeah, you'll hear the names, but if they're not said repeatedly, like this, like it is right now, like now she knows Anakin because they're saying it so many times in Phantom Menace that it registers in her brain. But if you, in passing once or twice or whatever it might be, I don't think it's only mentioned once in episode 4. So anyway, it's pretty exciting to see that. And then so that's going to drop soon. But anyway, we have more topics to talk about, Winston, and we will in just a moment. But I wanted to tell you guys, I've been telling you about Kachava. I'm going to continue to tell you about Kachava. You guys have been clicking on it. You're going to help us, and they're going to come back on the show because you guys are clicking on it. You're getting it. Appreciate it. So part of my daily routine has been the gym. You guys know that. Over the last year and a half, I've made it part of my routine. I've needed it to be. It's become easy to do that because it just is the thing that I do. And that's the same thing with Kachava. I've been telling you about Kachava, and man, part of my daily routine as well. So Kachava, to me, it is your daily ritual when you're on the go. At least it has been from myself, and it's just so easy to take. It's an all-in-one nutrition shake, and wherever you're headed, you just take it with you. And they have a new travel packs as well. I'm just relieved how easy it is and how it's made it so easy for me to travel. If I'm going into the city and I'm doing screenings, I got it. It has all the nutrition that my body needs in one delicious, simple shake, and it's packed to go. One packet will provide you with complete nutrition ready for life on the go with protein, fiber, vitamins, minerals, greens, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more. And there's 8 fan favorite flavors. There's chocolate, there's vanilla, there's chai, there's matcha, there's coconut, strawberry, coffee, and backed by popular demand, there's chocolate mint. It's so many delicious things. I'm telling you, I'm blowing through these things. I got to do a new order soon. But Kachava provides clean nutrition to fuel wherever your day takes you. There's no fillers, no nonsense. So you got to take your daily ritual with you, and you go to kachava.com and you use that code Kristian for 15% off your first order. That is Kachava. That's KACHAVA.com. Use that code Kristian. Now you go to kachava.com, you use that code Kristian, get 15% off your first order, and you check that QR code as well. So yeah, once again, it's very easy for me. I have a bunch of these. I also have the packets. I go and I take them, whether I'm going to the gym, if I'm going to the city. I've been feeling great. You see my energy on the show. Why do you think that is? So go check it out. Check out Kachava. Appreciate it. Bye. Thank you to Kachava. Appreciate you guys clicking on those links, helping us out. Super helpful.
He said, bye.
Yeah, man. So excited about everything going on in the channel right now, Winston. And we had a good week, and it looks like right now, I mean, I got to see. Chris did pretty good yesterday, so I don't know yet. But
there's some good questions too.
Yeah, Mike and Roxy were in the lead, and then Kevin kind of obliterated them. Kevin was in the lead right now, but Chris had a really good day yesterday, so I don't know yet. You know, I usually find out on Saturday, so we'll see. Right. Winston's already got like 31 so far. Okay. So you're doing pretty good. And
I put those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Thanks, PLD.
So that's gonna happen. Wait, they never mentioned PLD. They never mentioned Anakin in New Hope.
No, they from the Jedi. They mentioned the father, but they never said the name Anakin.
Oh. I don't think that's correct. They definitely say, who's like Anakin Skywalker? He's serving me in the Clone Wars, like blah blah blah. Like
just your father. It was just whatever.
I'm not good. You're going to lose this fight, Melissa.
Okay, I would have sworn to God.
I believe. I believe him.
Yeah. I believe him. I'll back off, but that sounds wrong, but again, that literally might be the Streisand effect.
Yeah. So. Or the Mandela.
God damn it.
Streisand effect?
That's exactly.
The Streisand effect?
The Streisand effect is a thing too, but that's the wrong thing that I'm confusing it with.
Yeah.
I meant the Mandela effect.
That's fine. Anyway, so tons of things. And then we're going to get Winston. Let's try to get him that win. Let's see. So Anakin Skywalker was first mentioned by name in 1983. Yeah, Return of the Jedi. This is what Luke put in this. PLD was right, which makes sense. So yeah, she wouldn't known that name anyway.
I don't know what's funnier, literally just being so wrong about that, or confusing the Mandela effect with a Streisand effect.
It's a very JTE moment of you. So speaking of which, today I don't unless Luke put it in there. The thumbnail for today's match is the infamous match. Let me see. I'm looking if it's in there. No, it's not. But the infamous match it was Jeff Snyder's debut, but it was against Humberto Gonzalez, El Miembe. It's one of the strangest matches that has ever been played. So people should go and check that out. That'll be up on today. It's an infamous match for sure. All right, we'll get into some more topics. And we can go into it a little later too, but as I mentioned, I've been mentioning it on every show, and I'll do it again. I know I briefly mentioned that we're getting ready for the Kickstarter soon, and I've been mentioning this for anybody. I just never want to assume that everybody who's here is here every day. So maybe you just come in to watch when Winston's on. We launched the Kickstarter in August, and like I said, we need around 13,000 people put in $25. We make the show, right? So my question is, and I'm already getting a lot of people going, "Oh, I'm in," but. And I'm humbled by that, but I also want to make sure to let everybody know that I'm going to be very aware to make sure that I know what our goals are, to let you guys know, so you know what you're investing in, you know what it is that you're supporting. So for those people that are already thinking, yeah, I'm going to do that, I want to know, and put it in the comment section, put it in the live chat, what it is that you hope to see that would say, yeah, I was going to be in, and I'm definitely in. And then for those people who are on the fence and going, I don't know, in order for me I'd want to know this, and I hope this would be offered. It helps me out, and it's like a focus group. And so if you're in here, as one of those people, because there'll be, anywhere between 8 to 15,000 people totally watching this show on YouTube at least, another 5 to 10 listening to it on audio. So and if you're on Spotify, put your stuff in Spotify and let me know there, because that helps me to then, when I'm putting it together, to say, okay, well, this person actually suggested this and that was a great idea. Somebody yesterday was mentioning the stretch goals and the things that we want to do for stretch goals. That was helpful. I've been thinking about that. So
it all sounds good, man. I mean, someone put in, I saw that they were a student of Chris now, which is cool, and they were like, "Oh, that'd be cool if we could get like an audition for a small voice role or something."
Yeah.
Or I thought that was a good idea. I mean, I think I remember you mentioning people that donate of a certain tier, if they have to do like social media cutaways at any point during the episode, having their actual handle show up, I think would be cool. Like those are all really smart ideas.
At the end, we're definitely, I think those will be limited tiers because there's only so many social media things we're going to show. But yeah, to be essentially, there's a bunch of social media accounts that are saying things about people, and they could be one of the social media accounts. Okay, let's go and let's try to check out some of these other.
I gotta take my lumps real quick.
Yeah.
In the special edition of the Empire, Palpatine does say Anakin for the first time.
I knew it. I knew it. That's so he did say it. I said I could have sworn.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised with me, but damn, that PLD being wrong is fun.
I love that. I was the original guy. I watch the original editions all the time. So
yes, and you know what? We watch the special ones, and for people asking, and I'm glad you brought that up, because people have been asking like why I chose the special edition, because I wanted to try to like ease the blow with the prequels, because there's enough in those special editions that show that type of thing. So it's not so foreign when you see these types of things. But the one line in Phantom Menace she just couldn't get over is when the guy, Jar Jar, you under the deep doo-doo. She's like, what? She's like, who wrote that? She's like, why is that in Star Wars?
Everything about, what was it? Boss Nog, is that his name?
Boss Nog.
That and all of that is just
it's bad. It's so kiddish. It's so
I'm just grateful that Ahmad Best like got a chance to really get, because I had heard about all of the awful stuff, like it like caused him deep depression, and potentially attempted to unalive himself, like all sorts of stuff just because of the bullying and stuff. So it was so cool to see that he got a chance to get back in it and all that stuff.
Okay, let's go to some of these topics here that we have. We got some more stuff coming up. Let's go back to some casting stuff. Actually, let's talk about it, because Winston, you're a gamer, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about this God of War story. You heard this, right?
Which one?
You don't look at the show notes, do you? All right.
No, I do. But not when the power's out.
That's fair. Luke's banging his head against the desk. So, hold on a second. So let's get to this one, which is the injury on the set of God of War. We're going to get a new cast playing Kratos. So let's see what happens. Amazon's high-profile TV series adaptation of God of War video game series has taken a major blow, with production having hit pause. TMZ reports that star Ryan Hurst, who is also in the Odyssey, Sons of Anarchy, who plays Kratos, was injured while filming a stunt in Vancouver. The actor reportedly tore his biceps severely enough that he'll have to undergo surgery. Production reportedly hoped to have him back on set for mid-August, but the recovery process is said to be too long to meet that timeline. As a result, filming may not resume on the series until 2027. Filming on the series has been underway since February, which suggests a majority of the season has already been filmed. The story follows father and son and Atreus, is that how you say it? Atreus?
I believe so. Yeah.
As they embark on a journey to spread the ashes of their wife and mother Faye. Though their adventures, Kratos tries to teach his son to be a better god, while Atreus tries to teach his father how to be a better human. The series has been greenlit for 2 seasons based on the video game. More specifically, it was the 2018 and its sequel. Whatever. Okay. So what I'm confused about, is this an Eric Stoltz situation? Back to the Future? I know he's injured.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. This an injury that caused him to be pulled.
Well, no. It wasn't an injury. That's what I'm saying. Is the injury a ruse? Like, meaning that Eric Stoltz shot the majority of Back to the Future, and then Robert Zemeckis just said, this guy's not right for the role. He's just not right.
I never knew that.
Yeah. And he's like, and so he pulled him off of it, and then they got Michael J. Fox because it was like, I mean, they shot, I think, like 80% of the movie. They shot something like that, and then it was like, then they just recast him. And you can see some of the shots still from the original with Eric Stoltz in the actual movie. But is this one of those things? Is this where the injury, if they've said they shot the majority of it and they're not waiting for it, that to me says if he had a, because this guy was good, he was good in Odyssey, he's good, and Eric Stoltz is great too. It just sometimes it just isn't right. Maybe he just wasn't right. I don't know. What do you? Someone said actually no, they have to reshoot the entire show because of his injury. So maybe that's the case.
And that might.
Oh, well, that's not me. That's you can't laugh. You came in late. That's happened because
no, that's 100% fair. It doesn't make it not funny though.
That's fine.
But is it possible that now knowing what you're talking about with the Eric Stoltz effect, like what's going on there? Sure, but I think it probably sounds like even if you've shot a large amount of the show, it sounds like maybe you hadn't got through all of your action yet. And or maybe like a major crux point that you need him to be there. And as you know, with everything, production times and everything else is just, you kind of got to stay on top of that. Otherwise you start bleeding money. And I know Amazon has infinite money, but like, you don't want to just make this blow this budget up, So it's incredibly unfortunate because it sounds like, even though obviously Hurst has been doing his thing and like, again, was good in Odyssey and everything else, this is the type of thing that you get associated with a major character and a major IP that can kind of launch your career into the next kind of space. So, even though he's super talented, this is a role where he fit pretty perfectly. So it kind of sucks to hear for him that's not going to be a thing anymore. So,
yeah, I mean, they're definitely recasting, and then it sucks for Amazon too if that is the case, where they're going to have to say, you know what, we just got to reshoot all this stuff because we don't have the time. Yeah. So and that would be my question, right? My question is, does it cost more money to wait it out for this guy, or does it cost more money to reshoot the scenes that he already did?
I would argue if they're saying that he is going to be out for a year, because that's if I read that correctly, they were saying he has to have surgery and he wouldn't be ready to shoot again until 2027. I think that's one of the, and even when he comes back and he's got to do the PT and everything else, you're also then running the risk that like, okay, he's back, but then like, is there something that's holding him back now where he's not fully there? And like you've talked about with fighters where like once they've gotten knocked out, all of a sudden, sometimes you see they shrink a little bit and they're not quite themselves. Isn't that kind of what happened with Ronda and after her first loss?
Oh yeah, she just wasn't ready for the second fight. But I mean, not even just that. It's like the reason the money could actually cost more to wait is because you don't know if the other actors involved are going to have their schedules going to be available.
Their schedules, you have to hold those locations. You have to potentially, if you're using any kind of sets that you've built, you have to then keep those stored. It makes more sense to go, damn, that's unfortunate. Let's just do it again and get somebody else to take the role.
There is an argument to be made though that if his performance, because the thing is, the guy's a really good actor. He's good, and I thought he was really good in Odyssey, but again, using the Eric Stoltz analogy, is that if they're looking at it and they're going, look, this might have been a blessing in disguise here. And because if he was the right, let's say it was a performance that was just, this guy's going to be one of the biggest stars in the world after this role. I'm pushing it. I'm waiting. It's like, I don't care. I mean, especially on Amazon, I have the money. It's like, yeah, we got Manny Patinkin, we might lose him. This guy's that good.
Yeah.
But if it's like now, you got to have those conversations because it's like, is it worth losing him? And it seemed to be the answer is yes. So bummer for him, but it just seems to be.
That's I think the main thing about this story is I just feel really bad for him because like that's one of those roles that like if this show does what they're hoping it does, that is a career changing role.
Another great point by Luke, who says, the other thing is that if you do wait, you're gonna have to recast the kid. Because the kid's gonna age up. These kids during the off season age like dogs.
But that's even if I'm not mistaken, then the article also say they're shooting the first 2 seasons back to back, and I think that that's smart to do that for the same reason. The kid is going to grow. So you're exactly right, Luke. If they wait knowing they're trying to do 2 seasons worth of work as quickly as possible, you don't have time for that.
No, it's true. All right, so that's casting in a, we're going to see who they get to do it. But that's casting in an interesting way. Let's see another casting news story, which was the whole news story is today have been about casting. I'm cool. We talked yesterday a while about G.I. Joe. Mm-hmm. Well, now not only is they're going for some heavy hitters in this movie because we already looked at Bradley Cooper. Well, now Chris Pratt, Walton Goggins, they're rumored for G.I. Joe. A new report claims that both Chris Pratt and Walton Goggins are up for roles in the upcoming G.I. Joe reboot at Paramount. Daniel Rickman broke the story saying both actors are being eyed to star, but the nature of the roles are unknown. The talk follows in the wake of rumors that Bradley Cooper is up for a role in the film after Chris Hemsworth was claimed to have pulled out of it. Danny McBride has penned the script for the feature, will direct the project, which aims to be in production before year's end. The scooper adds that the film will have a smaller scale, which is great, than previous entries, as follows a squad in a town invaded by Cobra. 3 live-action films were made. We said this yesterday. Great. What's interesting to me is that Danny McBride had mentioned, that this is a more serious take than previous G.I. Joe movies and in general, and paying more truth to the mythology and stuff too. Both Chris Pratt and Walton Goggins have played in comedies and have done very well in comedies. Doesn't surprise me that Walton Goggins, who he's worked with Danny McBride, and they can both do comedy, but they can both do serious. That's the thing. You think of Chris Pratt right away and you think of comedy, but Chris Pratt can do serious, more action.
I agree. I mean, the movie Mercy is terrible, but he, as far as like just pulling the dramatic chops out, I will give him a lot of credit for that. I really hope that Chris is evil in this. I don't think we've seen him as a villain yet, and I think it would be really interesting to see him take that darker side, especially if you're going to go grounded. I think it would just be really, really fun to just flip it on its head for a little bit instead of just always putting him in the, the kind of, because him being in a hero role has a tendency to make him lean more into that comedy. Yeah. If we really want to see his dramatic chops, I hope they put him on Cobra's side.
The only problem with that is, I just don't know who he would play if they're going to go Cobra Commander. He's in a mask. If it's Destro, he's in a mask. If it's Serpentor, I don't see him as Serpentor. I don't see him as Zartan. I don't know. I think most likely he's probably going to play a good guy because I don't think he's going down that route. And but nonetheless, Walton Goggins might wind up being on Cobra.
Yeah, I mean, because the dude. I've always loved Walter Goggins' work, but like I just everything he's been doing with like the Ghoul and everything else like that, and so that like whole straddling the line of being more of an anti-hero where at times you're like, bro, that's some evil shit, and at other times it's like, oh, you actually your wife drove you crazy, bro. Yeah, like you just lost it. So.
I like him on Invincible.
Yeah,
He's really good. And I always liked him from The Shield. That was where I first.
Oh, okay.
That's when I first was introduced to him. And he's been great.
Not from Major League back to the minors. Come on.
I don't even remember that movie. I won't even watch it. Like to me, the only Major League movie that's really good is the first one. They ruined the second one. They ruined by making it PG-13. It's so stupid. Should have kept it rated R. You've seen Major League?
No.
Oh my God.
I've seen the second Major League. I haven't seen the first one.
How the hell does a human being do that?
Because my parents, again, they were not movie people. So whenever I would go over my friend's house, his mom was the president of HBO at the time. Okay. So they just had HBO. So I would just go over his house so I could just
whatever was
HBO
on,
and it just
whatever was on. Okay, that makes sense. But to me, I would have said, I want to drink iced tea while you guys watch this. Come get me in an hour and a half. I want to see that first. Anyway, so yeah, I think I am getting more and more hyped for that movie, G.I. Joe, because of and this goes back to what we talked about. It is the only reason, and yes, I was disappointed with Masters of the Universe, but it got me excited when I started hearing about Travis Knight, who I liked, and I like Danny McBride's approach because, to Travis Knight's credit, he never said, "Oh, I'm going to make a more like a grounded version of this." He leaned in and said he was going to do a goofy thing, and that's what you got. But Danny McBride has straight out said, and he's directing it, that I'm going to do a serious version of this because he loves the properties, and to the fact that he's attracting this talent around him, and he's making, the fact that they want to go smaller in scale and maybe smaller in budget with a smaller cast, I think or with a bigger cast is intriguing to see how they're actually going to pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's, they say, I sent you this one guy, he goes by Mr. Know-It-All here on YouTube or whatever, I sent you like his Supergirl review, and he just did some stuff on X-Men 97. And one of the things he was talking about with the industry is you have two kinds of currency, actual money, and then just like full-blown trust. And I think that's part of what's going on in this particular case, is that Danny, part of being able to pull that is the people in the industry know him. They're like, "Oh, bro, like, yeah, Danny the man. That sounds great." And I think that's an easier way to negotiate. No, I'll do that for less money because, like, I believe in Danny's project. Like, I think that's probably where that's coming from.
Yeah. Did you say Mercy wasn't a hit?
I said it was bad.
Good.
I just said it was a bad movie.
Oh,
whether or not it made money.
I don't even. Let's see. I'm going to see how I'm going to see how it did, and be able to see what it is on Rotten Tomatoes. So let's see. So leave Winston alone. We don't know what is it. 24% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
81% from the audience, but that doesn't, necessarily usually that big of a discrepancy. IMDb, what was it? Box office. So Mercy
grossed $54.7 million on a $60 million budget.
On a $60 million budget. So it did not.
It was something, if I'm not mistaken, based off of how it was shot.
Yeah, it didn't do well.
It feels like they were starting to do that, similar to War of the Worlds, like kind of during the pandemic or whatever. But it's not a good movie.
No, it doesn't seem like it. All right, so let's do last story for now. And we mentioned earlier, Dune, we mentioned Doomsday. Well, I don't think anybody's really surprised about this. Avengers Doomsday seems to be generating significant more interest online than Dune Part 3.
Yeah.
I don't think, who's surprised by this news? Anybody? I don't know if I'm probably the biggest Dune fan on this channel. At everybody who's on these shows, and I always thought it was a mistake for them to go head to head with Doomsday. I still think it's going to be nominated for all the awards. I think it might be the significantly better movie.
Yeah,
but it's going to get spanked next as far as what Doomsday's going to do box office wise. In 2023, Barbie and Oppenheimer ranked among the year's biggest box office hits, despite opening the same weekend. You can't compare the two. You cannot compare the two. Barbenheimer was one kind of phenomenon that many film fans hoped would be recreated this December. No. Who would think that? It's two different audiences. This is the same audience. Fans on social media have dubbed December 18th Dunesday, though it hadn't had the same cultural reach as Barbenheimer, and it won't. Dune Part 3 will play exclusively on IMAX screens, forcing Disney to launch Infinity Vision, a moniker for premium format screens of a certain quality. However, pundits currently believe that regardless of screen size, Doomsday will rule the box office. Lending weight to that is a recent post from Cinexperience, which reveals that the Hollywood Reporter's recent piece on when Doomsday tickets go on sale, Monday, July 20th, drew nearly 3 times as much Google search interest as the recent Dune Part 3 trailer. What, if anything, does this really mean? Well, while it's certainly an indication of fan interest, this doesn't feel like an entirely fair comparison without seeing how much impact Dune Part 3's trailer had on social media platforms. For example, as much hype as there is for Dune, it's much more of a niche property than the Avengers franchise. Still, Dune made $410 million at the box office in 2021, and the sequel goes $714. Marvel Studios has fared its fair share of box office struggles during the multiverse saga, but the Avengers franchise has been a safe bet. Avengers movie has never made less than $1 billion, while 2019's Avengers Endgame was the highest grossing movie ever for a time, with just shy of $2.8 billion. Dune Part 3 will hurt Avengers Doomsday opening weekend, but when it comes to which movie will win, does it really matter when audiences have 2 massive blockbusters to forward to look over the holidays? Jumanji, which opens a week after the 2, is expected to be the big loser, marking another blow to The Rock after a bad run of box office flops. Dunesday, they're both coming out on December 18th. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I know you keep saying that Dune should move. I don't know why Jumanji doesn't move.
Jumanji is the only one out of those three movies that you could potentially make a play for just families, where you've got, the kids that could want to see that, and it plays more towards that. You might catch because look, the thing is that we were talking about this yesterday. Comic book movies and Star Wars and those types of things, they don't play to the Gen Z audience as much. They don't play to the younger generation. They play to your generation. They play to my generation. That's what has really been working as far as theater.
Yeah.
Jumanji has caught on to every type of generation, right? So I still don't think it's going to do. I think it's going to get hit. I agree. It's going to get hit, but I still think that Dune should have moved into November.
Sure.
It should have had that run. I think it's going to get hit. I think yes, Doomsday will be hit a little bit, but I think Doomsday will have, I stick by it. If it is great and makes more people want to, I got to go back and watch that again to see what's happening in the Secret Wars. It has that, and Dune 3, because it's supposed to be like the weirdest out of all of them so far. I don't know if it has a rewatchability. I haven't seen it yet, but Doomsday seems to be prepped to do more watchability.
That's yes, I would agree with that. Both because of the cultural zeitgeist and everything else, and like they said, track record with Avengers, track record specifically with the Russos, but helming the Avengers. These last. Call it 3, because people joke that Captain America Civil War is essentially Avengers 2.5. I guess that was it. I just assumed there was going to be more potential family or kind of Christmas stuff around. So I guess maybe that's, like you said, that's why they're going for it. But if I'm The Rock, especially after what just happened with Moana, the way I'm like, yo, I know January is meant to bury things. Move this mother to January and let's go break a January record or something. Because I don't know. I wouldn't want to have to deal with either of those movies.
I just think that that's the only one that I think has a good chance risk wise, because it does come out a little later, and for families maybe around the Christmas holiday. I still think Jumanji will be okay. I don't think it's going to be as big of a bomb as people think, but I could be wrong. But the one thing that's driving me nuts, and it's not just comic book movie that's just saying this, you can't compare Dune and Doomsday to Barbie and Oppenheimer. We talked about this when we were talking about Supergirl. Barbie was marketed the majority towards the female audience and going after them. One particular audience, to where Oppenheimer was, yes, for everybody and everything too, but the phenomenon, everything, and people going with and mothers going with their daughters and everything. And this thing was happening with Barbie. And then other people are, well, I'm not going to see that. I'm going to go see what else is out. Oppenheimer. It was Dune and Doomsday is the same audience.
It's the same audience, so it is going to cannibalize because, like you said, there was even the memes that were funny to me. We're seeing the boyfriends and the girlfriends being like, "All right, I will go to Oppenheimer, but you're going to Barbie," or vice versa. Like, fine, I will sit through Barbie. I'll wear pink with you, but then you're coming with me to this hat. Like, that was the other thing. Is it became a negotiation of like of date night like that. Dune and Avengers, like you said, it is me and you that want to go see those movies. So we're the same on. Like, we're obviously going to go see both, but I don't blame people that are like, I got one, and most likely they will pick Avengers.
I think so too. I think especially because look, Dune also, I love it. I love it. And I'm so excited to see where they go with the story. There's a lot of people who feel the way that Mike Kalinowski and Chris Carr do. That, Dune, like someone in the comments thought, like, I don't get it. I don't find how people find Dune boring. Chris Carr finds it boring. Mike Kalinowski finds it boring. I'm sure the same guy that found Odyssey boring finds Dune and Andor boring. It's just, there's certain things that I just have to be, there's more for me than just, I like to really dive into the layers and the conversation and the dialogue leading into the big battles too. Not everybody likes that. I mean,
it's funny. Do you know where Chris and Mike stand with like Game of Thrones, for example?
Mike's never seen Game of Thrones, and I don't know if Chris Carr has.
Because I think that's actually Game of Thrones And I would argue Breaking Bad, because they were kind of out around the same time. Those tend to be a pretty good rubric to figure out how people kind of view like movies and TV shows and stuff like that. Because Game of Thrones, at the end of the day, yes, they're dragons, blah, blah, blah. It is so about the politics and the characters and specifically what's going on between everything.
Yeah. That's the stuff that I like the best. It's why I think I really like Andor as much as I do. And like I like the politics in Star Wars when it's done right. It is jarring in the prequels because you get, like I said, and then 2 seconds later you have like this political speech about trade federations. You're like, you got to pick a lane, Georgie.
You do, but then he also gives you gems of like, and this is how democracy dies, by thunderous applause. Like that's actually a genius line, but it's just like it is literally buried with like you said, Jar Jar. Misa thinks that the Emperor should have power.
Yeah, right. I did tell her that. Don't worry, in episode 2, he's not around that much. Anyway, so we had a lot that we talked about. Thank you guys for joining us on the movie topics. Then we're going to jump into your questions. Winston's trying to take out Kevin Smets, I think, right now. Could be Chris Carter. Don't know yet. Don't have her numbers, but nonetheless, some numbers coming in. Geek Load Stores. Happy Friday, everyone. Saw Odyssey yesterday. Odyssey yesterday was so good, from the casting to the music. Nolan doesn't miss. That end had me on the edge of my seat. Going again to a regular show today. Got to wait 3 weeks for that 70mm IMAX show. Dude, that end of that, like my heart was racing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just like from this, and without spoiling, like it's just like the full end, you're just like on the edge of your seat
the whole time. Yeah. And again, I have read the Odyssey. Like I thought everybody had to in high school, but maybe you didn't, but I did. And so I know the story. And what's so funny is I thought about doing a refresher. I'm glad I didn't, because I genuinely was like, what's gonna happen? Jesus, oh my God, did I forget how it happened? Did he change it? Like what's coming? It was so good. And we were talking for a while. And if we have time, I know we're going to do all the questions.
Yeah,
I am really curious, like to the audience. Kristian and I were like just having a debate about composing and scoring and whatnot. And I'm out here saying that I think that Ludwig is on like a LeBron type trajectory, challenging the Williams and the Zimmers and all that have already established themselves as like the Michael Jordans and the Magic Johnsons and all that kind of stuff. I feel like Ludwig is already in. Like he's in the halls of the Pantheon. He's not on the upper echelon yet of everybody else, but he is fully.
Are you putting him in the top 10? Or are you putting him in the top 15?
I'll put him in the top 10.
I mean, he's to me still like my thing with him. I think he's really talented. I think he's really good. And I said this to you. It's like, and because it's not a matter of preference wise, so things that you can remember, but I'm talking about the entire, like when you say to someone, when you play a song, if I played the Superman theme for the audience, or the Jaws theme for the audience, or the Avengers theme for the audience, or Back to the Future for the audience, or the Titanic theme for the audience would guess it, right? The Mandalorian theme.
Titanic theme? What's the Titanic theme? The only thing I know that Celine Dion.
People would know that theme from Titanic.
I know the Celine Dion song, but that's not scoring.
It's the same. It's the same thing.
Okay. That's the only reason why I'm asking, because I was like,
score.
Okay.
It's a score, and it's James Horner. But Mandalorian, I think, is and it's again not a matter of if his scores are good. His scores are really good. I'm just talking about like that next level type thing. I think he's great. I think he's really good. I don't put him over Horner. I don't put him over Williams. I don't put him over I put him bottom 10 right now, if that.
I would say I would put it because I said this in our debate anyways. I said subjectively for me, I've already kind of got him as like my favorite. And I said that as well because Ludwig's like base for all of this is hip hop, and you can hear it in all of his scores. So I gravitate towards that already. If I'm saying objectively, then I could say 10 out of 10 as far as that goes. Like he's number 10 on that list. That's totally fine. But
I wouldn't even put him over Michael Giacchino right now. Michael Giacchino has so many more memorable scores.
He certainly does, but like it's one of those things where you use sports again. Patrick Mahomes has not played nearly as many years as say Tom Brady did, but he's already won 3 chips, like or 4 at this point. I think. Like,
he's the guy right now. There's no doubt about it. But in order, like I said, I'm just trying to think of a theme that I can go immediately, not of scores that I thought of, but like The Mandalorian, yes, probably that's one. But again, is it because I'm a Star Wars fan?
I can immediately hear the Wakanda theme, like the
right. But you love right. We're talking personal. We're talking personal preferences too. I'm talking about mainstream audiences. If I played that theme to somebody just randomly, if I said, okay, I'm going to play, if I called my friend, I'm saying, I'm going to play you 3 scores right now. Right. And I think it also it's probably different. Like, right. If I don't know. It's just, I think it's a different, I think he's almost there. I just don't think he's there yet.
Look, I will tell you what he just did in Odyssey is only going to further the argument in my favor because he's not missing. He keeps going there. But I understand what you're saying. I would say probably the 3 most famous scores that he's done would be the Mando score, because that theme really has stood out as far as things have gone. Black Panther, and then probably Sinners.
Yeah. But even Mando, right? Even Mando, which I love, and I love that, and I love that theme so much. I wonder, like, again, to where when you cross over to casual fans, every casual person knows the Jaws theme. Every casual person knows the Superman theme. Every casual person knows, the Forrest Gump theme, right? So, like, I don't think that every casual fan will know the Mandalorian. And does that necessarily mean he's not great as a composer? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It just means that it does what goes and puts you into a thing where, like, James Horner did something that was incredible back in '95. We talked about Braveheart, right? Braveheart. Did you wind up watching it? I forget.
You told me to wait.
So I did. Okay. So Braveheart, that score was in like the top. Like, when that came out on CD, I remember it being in like the in the charts. It was like, if not the number 1, number 2, the most. That never happens, especially on now, just with digital and everything too. But it was like in the charts, like number 2. Pirates is a good one too. Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. So anyway,
I guess my only question is that, like, because he's had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's done a lot more films than I realized, but I'm just thinking so far, he won an Oscar for Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I believe he won an Oscar for Sinners.
Just both really good themes.
Black Panther. So he already, like, the fact that his first movie was 2011 and he's already garnered 3 Oscars it's just even just on the trajectory of these other people that are, again, on the Mount Rushmore of composing. That's the thing, is that, like,
it's true, but this is a great point though too. Not that one, this one. If you walked up to a cat and offered them tickets to a Ludwig or a Zimmer concert, most of them probably don't even know who Ludwig is, and that's true. He does not have the name that a lot of us do.
I think, and then this might be the other element of it that I would push back on that. You're right, but I think it's also dependent upon, like you said, who you ask. Because if you ask a lot of Black folk, because he not only, obviously a lot of these movies, Black Panther, he's worked with Ryan Coogler a lot, Creed, Fruitvale Station, all that kind of stuff. Again, he worked with Childish Gambino. He's worked with so many actual hip hop artists on their just straight up albums and whatnot. It would, again, depend on who you ask in that regard. But if you're talking straight, it's only going to be his film stuff, then sure, I would agree that someone would say Zimmer before they said Ludwig.
Well, we'll see. He's still got more. He's still got a lot of stuff to do. So we'll see. We'll see what he comes up with. All right, next one. Mike Joyce, how's the wildfire smoke by you? The smoke itself was bad last night. I think it's finally getting a little bit better, but I was actually texting back and forth with my friends and trying to figure out what's going on with the air quality here, but it hasn't been great. Armada, really enjoyed Odyssey, but I did have some problems with its clunkiness in the middle of the film. It's a hard task to adapt the story in under 3 hours, but I think it works. Curious for a director's cut. Director's cut's 8 hours long.
It probably is. I can understand that about the idea of feeling like maybe there was a little clunkiness in the middle, but I think part of what it is, especially knowing the Odyssey, you're just going from such, like, different adventure to different adventure, different problem with different problems. Like, you kind of have to transition into those as best you can each time. So that's,
Armada follows up. As a big fan of Greek myths and this story, I wanted a lot more, but I got an override of expectations by seeing this again. Yeah, I'm gonna go see it again. I'm gonna take Vivi to see it as well too.
As soon as I can get a 70, like my fiance Kristen, she doesn't F with like epic movies like that. She doesn't F with movies that are longer than 2 hours. Like she's like 2:15 is like a cap. It was hard to get her to sit down and watch the Avengers films, but I kept raving about it so much. She's like, damn, all right, I'll give it a shot. This sounds really good. So
yeah, I'm gonna wait till it dies down, because I was even seeing people. It's just like I'm definitely spoiled when it comes to press screenings. Like I don't like going to the movies with
the plebes.
Well, no, the people can't behave. Like,
I understand.
I would see a movie with everybody in this chat. I would see a movie with these people because I know that they feel the same way as I do.
I get it.
I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it's just there's no and they're not policed. They don't police.
Dude, I'm on the same page as you. I almost got in a fight yesterday because of, obviously, how much I've been anticipating this movie.
Yeah.
There was an older black couple that came in. They probably had me by about like 15 years or something like that. And they come in late. They come in talking. The wife pulls out a can of Lysol to spray down the chair. So not only is it loud, she's standing directly in front of me so I can't see. And now it smells like Lysol. I was 2 seconds away from being like, the fuck are you doing? And I just had to be like, relax. Like,
right.
I don't blame you.
It's bad. Okay. Armada says is a big fan of Greek myths and the story. I wanted a lot more. You did that one. Okay. Okay. Ayoshi, Yumatsu. Christian, I hope you're wearing armor when you scare Sam. I know, it's true. I do have one that I forgot to post that I still have too. Christian Ranello, 9245, been a member for a month. Good time to be a member. Hey, been watching since Schmoes. Thanks, man. Love what you're doing, Christian, and manifesting great things for the project. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Hope to have a channel like yours, man. Just keep working, brother. And that's all you got to do. Just keep working. And that's the main thing. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words, Christian. Thank you. 25 hours, 8 days a week. I have this show I wrote and directed. I just need 6.5 of you to donate 50. Please do. Christian helped too, I guess, but it's all ours. I like what you did there. You took he broke down, instead of 13K doing 25, he did 6.5 doing 50. Thank you. I like what you're doing there. We'll direct them towards the same link. Thank you, my friend. Connor, how many giraffes would it take to destroy the Millennium Falcon? I bet at least 3. But if they're attacking on Cinco de Mayo, at least 7. Connor, where this to be a magical troll inside of your head, I'd love to see it. Trey Porter, John Leguizamo for an Oscar nomination. He was pretty good.
He was really good.
I pushed back on Roxy a little bit too. I thought Tom Holland was fine. She thinks he's like Oscar nomination.
No. This is. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's his best work because fine. I've seen him do some great stuff. Hell, even specifically with Spider-Man, I've seen him do incredible work. But he is very good, and I think what I give him credit for is keeping. I'm not saying that he's at any way, shape, or form devoid of talent of anybody else in that cast, but it was just very interesting to see that Anne was in her Oscar bag, and Matt Damon was clearly gunning for that Oscar. And
these are your locks. These are your locks. You got 3 locks with an outside shot. You got lock for nomination on Best Director. You got 4 locks. You got a lock on Best Picture nomination. You got a lock on Matt Damon actor nomination. You got a lock on Anne Hathaway nomination. You got an outside shot of John Leguizamo for Best Supporting. And maybe a nomination for Ludwig probably on score.
I think a nomination for Ludwig. Yeah. I think a nomination for cinematography. I think that's a lock too, personally.
Yeah.
I think you have an outside shot for Samantha Morton for Cersei.
Yeah, maybe it's just this one scene, but that's you talk about.
But it was
Les Mis. Yeah, so I mean,
she destroyed. Like that was probably the moment of the film that I was the most disturbed because it was such an interesting.
It was. So let's not get it. But it's so funny because and
special effects and makeup, or makeup specifically.
Was but Roxy was like so sold. She's like, oh, he's getting nominated. It's like, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think Tom's getting nominated. Yeah. I would be shocked if Tom gets nominated. If anything, Zendaya's in the movie less. I would expect
They're
Zendaya
both
to get one.
fine.
They were both, but
Yeah,
I would say I was more impressed with her, and she was in less than Tom, and that's not a knock on Tom's performance.
I thought Pattinson was great.
Pattinson is another
possibility.
I think he actually is going to. I think that you could call that a lock more so than
lock. I wouldn't give him a lock. I would say I wouldn't be surprised. Lock.
I think more so than Leguizamo, and Leguizamo was fantastic.
Really?
Leguizamo was,
but I didn't give Leguizamo a lock either.
Which I know, and that's what I'm saying. If you said pick one, I was more pissed off and like, God, you're such a sniping little piece of shit to Pattinson, where I still loved what Leguizamo did. I was so mad at Pattinson the entire fucking time that I was like, damn, this is doing something. So,
all right, let's see. It's canon. The Falcon is stronger on Cinco de Mayo. Thank you, Connor. Great bullet. Shay Markel, headed to see the Odyssey right now. My only option is a censored movie theater. So if there's any kissing, nudity, certain language will be cut out. That's not true. Is that a real thing, PLD?
Wait, headed to see the Odyssey right now. My only option is a censored movie theater.
Other countries, maybe?
Really?
Maybe. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, actually, but there isn't any nudity in it from what I remember.
It's like a telegraphic during the sirens, but you can't see anything because they're so far away.
Okay. Connor, guess what I'm eating? I would say you're probably just getting nasty eating box.
It is Friday. It is Face It Friday.
What do you say?
Yeah, it's Face It Friday. I'm gonna say box too.
If you guessed Honey Nut Cheerios with blueberries, you'd be incorrect. I'm eating box. Here you go.
There you go.
The Little Yankees. Support for Sam Scares. Got to get ready for work. Odyssey was awesome. Love the allegories and total agree, Winston, with the Gladiator vibes. Yeah, I mean, for sure. For sure, it had that. Absolutely. Was it me or did Tom Holland's voice sound weird? Said Armada. I didn't think his voice sounded weird. Did you?
I didn't think it was weird, but I think he was trying to make sure he distinguished himself between this character and Spider-Man because knowing that he's British, he probably was trying to just put a slightly different affectation.
All right. Connor said, I hope Patrick Wilson Professor X rumors are true. And me too. I like those rumors. But I think he might be a little too older from what people were saying. Trey Porter, I don't know what it was, but during the third act, I felt this raw primal alpha male energy spinning on me. 100%. Definitely Gladiator vibes. That ending is nuts.
It's incredible.
Nuts. Yeah, it's nuts. The ending is nuts. See, if that ending didn't deliver, I don't know if I would have loved the movie.
Which I fully agree with that. But that's part of the reason why I just found it so funny with all the controversy, because a lot of it was saying this is some woke BS. It's a bunch of beta males, like people upset because Elliot Page was in it, and it's like, bro, this is like the most like, all right, bro.
No, but they were upset that Elliot Page played a character he did not play.
Exactly.
Trey Porter, felt like I could do a workout after seeing it.
Dude, immediately was doing push-ups. I was sick.
Geek Lodestars. Chris mentioned yesterday, how would you do Magneto's backstory without the ties to the Holocaust? Possibly updated to more recent war, but who knows? That's probably what they would do. I don't think it's I went back and forth, and especially if they're going with this cast, I don't think it's a good idea. I think that you should stick with Magneto's backstory and how it is. I think that you should do exactly this. I think it's powerful. I think it's one of the things that has always set them apart. I think you're going to wind up I think that, for the fact that they do dive into that with the Jewish history, I think you might upset some people if you changed it.
My main thing, and I've said this a number of times, but as far as like race swapping or anything else like that, if it is intrinsic to the character and the backstory, you cannot do a race swap, because so again, you can't make T'Challa white because it is an African country that was never touched by colonization. So it wouldn't make sense. If the universe was flipped, then that's different. So if you're then going to make say Charles and Magneto both black in that regard, and that's what you're doing there, then you need to make a full transition on everything. But you need to leave Magneto as Jewish. You need to leave him tied to the Holocaust. I would rather you come up with something like, because they're mutants, they age slower, and let that be your excuse.
Sure. Yeah. The problem is also now too, with the way that the internet is, I just think it's so unfair to do that to actors now too. I think that I think that it is better to try to write new, exciting roles for people than to do this and put them in a position that is not in their power they're out there at audition. Their agent says, "Hey, we got a chance for you to play so and so."
Yeah.
Traditionally, the character is white and did blah 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 blah, but the internet's gonna be fine with it. And then you're like, okay, you take the role, and that's all. They're not talking about your performance. They're not talking about anything else. They're just talking about. That's all they talk about, and it's like, and it just breaks your spirit in a way. And it doesn't mean like, oh, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't cater, but it's like there are certain times you don't need to do it. Like you don't have to do that with Magneto. You just don't have to.
Yeah, and I look, I think that Keke Palmer would absolutely destroy as Rogue. I know she really wants to play Rogue. I know she's tough enough to do it, but literally people will implode. And so
why would you want to do that to her?
Yeah,
right now, like there's other roles and other things. I don't get it.
Yeah.
All right, next one, Johnny Patrizia, driver as Sinister would be amazing. That is amazing. Is that peeled? Is that Roca holding PLD? That's incredible.
Oh, I thought that was. Are you joking? Or are you being serious?
100% serious. Yeah.
Because that's the bird. What's his name for the Muppets?
You don't watch this show. Connor Mullis. Not to get political, but do you wear socks to bed? I don't. That's psychotic. I feel like there needs to be some kind of registry for people like that, so I can avoid them. Scary. I have nightmares. I'm sure you do have nightmares. All this stuff going on in your head. The great Tim Sim. Odyssey 70mm IMAX showings at Regal's in King of Prussia, PA, not happening today due to power outage, but most significant is AMC River Center at San Antonio, Texas, due to overheating projector last night. Wow, expecting multiple refunds for this weekend. Nuts.
Damn.
That's happening, but
that's rough.
You'll get to see it. And I want to see what you're going to say. And he follows it up. Out of all of the 70mm IMAX theaters in North America, the most problematic one so far is AMC River Center in San Antonio, as they have also had issues for Oppenheimer. Traveling there tomorrow and nervous as F for that refund email. I hope that you don't get that refund email. I get a chance to see it. I want to see it. Yeah, because I'm getting a lot of people now kind of coming in. As we said, more and more people are coming in and want to hear their opinions when they see it. And Tim, you should be no different. I want to hear about what you think on Monday. We're going to do a spoiler conversation with Roca and I on Monday. So hopefully everybody goes and sees it by then so they can be part of it. Connor Mullis, I have a stapler, armed and dangerous. Oh, yeah. Very John Candy of you. M. Dean became a YouTube member. Thank you. Good time to do it. Great Tim Sam. That said, be nice to those who are forced to see it in Limax, single laser, Xenon, Dolby, and other formats for Odyssey due to 70mm IMAX and dual laser IMAX sold out everywhere.
I mean, I literally had to go see it in a regular, boring-ass movie theater, and it was still the greatest movie I've seen this year and probably will be before the year's out. So
I want to see, what did it do last night? I think it did last night.
Its numbers.
Yeah. I wonder what it did. It made 17.6 in previews last night, is the best of the year so far.
That's incredible. I am so stoked for everybody involved.
and wait, but I'll bet $100. Oh, wait a minute. Numbers are out. They need to make $800-900 million to break even. It's a bomb. It's a bomb. That's what's going to happen. I guarantee it. Ron H. 01 of what up, my peeps? What up, Ron H? Winston, BBC, hanging low, ready to stand up. Anyway, been up and running all over, getting stuff ready for Mom's viewing tonight at 6 p.m. my time. Finally, I have a moment. That's awesome, man. Well, again, our condolences to you, my man, and I hope that it's a sweet moment.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Smithy. 35mm film is the superior format. 35mm projects don't overheat. You don't need a platter that weighs 800 pounds, less chance for scratching. He knows. Great image quality and color. IMAX and 70mm are too clunky. He works. He knows.
McClunky.
Ayoshi. I hope Magneto is more in the background in the X-Men movie. You had Magneto as the focus for 26 years now. Sinister should be the main focus. I think that's why you wait. I think you wait for him.
I think he can be around, but he's not the threat. Like, if anything, you do something kind of similar to what you did with First Class, but just don't make him the focus, that him and Charles are still like kind of on the same side. And then maybe as the Sinister thing goes on, Magneto goes full tilt.
Okay, let's see. Connor. Odyssey tonight will be my first IMAX experience. Not 70mm, but I'm dead center of the theater and I can't wait. I'm going to piss myself. Doing better. Ron H. 02 of, he's going to do this for his entire super chat thing. Put the 02 of. Honestly, I could use some of Comic Snow. I'm so tired, but hey, got to get Mom ready for tonight. Had to dress, so she was literally sans pants. Personally, I think she would have said I came into Discworld nude. I can go out nude, but for decorum, I chose a dress for mom and gave it to the funeral place. Okay. So Odyssey IMAX. Will it have sand? You saw it. So what'd you think? Want to hear that? Mike Rios. When you eat a salad platter and you feel something splatter diarrhea.
Diarrhea. That's like all of Michigan right now.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, right, because of the berries.
Yeah.
Mike Rios, when we did that one right. Pat for President. My dad and I saw the Odyssey in IMAX format. Both of us loved the movie and were captivated by the visual storytelling and acting. Okay. We're getting a lot of similar things here. Connor Mullis. Where's Bubba at these days, Ron H? The pizza farm still? I haven't heard from Bubba in a while. Tell him to call me. Okay. They're just having a conversation with himself at this point. Ron H, it doesn't matter what format you watch it in. Go to the bathroom before, hunker down, listen, and watch. Odyssey for me is fucking fantastic. We're all Odysseus just trying to get home. Yep.
That's it, man. And the through line of what your decisions do to you. It's just so
absolutely good. Yeah. Mike Choice. Is there a Kickstarter tier for you to watch Hollywood? No, probably not. Pat for President. Christopher Nolan, the writers and production staff did an amazing job. The movie took me back to 9th grade English class when my class read through the Odyssey. That's awesome. That's awesome. Dust Wayne, if you want to know how big the fervor is over the Odyssey, the game Assassin's Creed Odyssey saw a peak in sales and players. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it's also, I mean, look, that makes sense, right? Because even like I told you before, I went and I watched that Sly documentary last night because of the I Love Rocky trailer. So that stuff does make sense. Like the world, you want more stuff into it, and I'm sure Nolan movies kind of spiked up over certain platforms and everything too. But yeah, keeping this movie in IMAX and all that for as long as they are and being able to see it. I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing it again.
I am too. I genuinely I'm ecstatic that Kristen wants to watch it because it just gives me another reason.
If you can go see it in the movie theaters. If you're able to see it in theaters and you have the option, go see it in IMAX. This movie was shot entirely with IMAX film camera. Sure was. The final cut of the movie is composed of 11 miles of 7mm IMAX film.
God damn.
That's why it was so expensive. Vision Moore. And by the way, Pat, thank you for that wonderful and generous super chat. And you're right. I mean, look, that's the reason why that it's so expensive too, is because he does film, he does these things, he puts these things, but he puts the effort into it, and you can see it. You can see where the money is spent. Vision 100%. More. The Odyssey is a 10 out of 10. Highly recommended. I will watch it at least 3 more times. Bring on Brand New Day and Whale Fall and Fall 2. People want to see that Whale Fall movie. Ron H, be mindful of the rule of Zeus that we break along the way. There are consequences to every action. Do something you think for good may not be good in the eyes of others. That goes to today. Yeah, it's true. I mean, the rule of Zeus thing was awesome.
That was great.
The entire movie. Yeah.
Because I said that in my out of the theater reaction, that I think what was so interesting is it feels like we all need to watch this movie, because the way that we talk and act to strangers and people that we perceive as the enemy or the other team is literally why all the bad things happen in this movie. Is the idea of I'm better than you, I'm going to do whatever, I don't give a shit, and then all of a sudden it comes back upon you.
Right.
So yeah, everybody should really go see this movie just for the themes, not just because it's good, just
so
for
good.
what we're talking about.
Ron H, 6. So Odyssey, pretty good, at least to me. Yep. Ziki Umanalago. That's the part I messed up. Loved how you pronounced my name yesterday. It's pronounced Ziki. Well, I said that. The other part I definitely murdered. Go, pal. Fun fact, the Atreides are named that because they're descendants of Atreus, the father of Agamemnon. Really? This is made canon in the 2nd or 3rd book when Agamemnon appears in Other Memory. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Did not know that.
Like that. That's pretty great. Agamemnon's armor is so badass. Yeah, Ron, it is.
It's so dope.
It is. Ron H. When I say Sergeant Slaughter, I mean the character should be in the film. The real Sergeant Slaughter should make a cameo. Maybe his dad. That would be meta cool. That'd be cool to have me do like a Lou Ferrigno type. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, you should do that type of cameo. Comic lover, sucks to lose a job because of injuries. That happened to me when I was working in security in Roosevelt Avenue in Queens. Oh, really? Don't ask about the place of business. I won't. Pat for President. Before yesterday, the last movie I saw in IMAX format was Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Wow.
I generally forgot how immersive IMAX can be. Good sound, huge screen. The theater I was in for the Odyssey was packed. I wonder what the majority of people thought. When that is a movie to me, I just feel like even you might get a few people who are just, go in like this.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just the energy in that place, especially towards the end. It's just so hard to like not be like jazzed up and like, what was the energy like in your theater?
It was, other than the beginning with that couple where I was about 2 seconds my water bottle. You could feel the whole time that people were just holding their breath. Because even at the end, where people will sometimes start clapping, you could feel that they were starting to, but they were just like,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, as they got up, it was like, "Oh my god!" And then they just instantly just talking super loud people were just on bated breath the entirety of the movie.
It felt that way, yeah. Craig, Matt, 56. I started following your channel during the Big Thing days. Today marks 2 years since my mom passed. I'm sorry, Craig. Still hurts. Thanks for being a happy distraction. Thank you for using us for a happy distraction. And I'm sorry for that. And it's the same thing, man. Like loss is it's the worst. And like I said, and I always tell people this, it never really goes away. It gets a little better differently, if that makes any sense. As I'm sure you have known in the last 2 years, but it's just waves. It's just waves. Mung K first. If it is McBride's script, Goggins is a sure thing. Yeah, 100%. Nathan Drake, where does Solo fall in the viewing order? It doesn't. No, we're not watching it. BRYB 1277. Harloff, did you see the Odyssey at AMC Lincoln Square 13 IMAX? I did. Seems to be sold out for weeks there. I've only seen it in an AMC XL format so far. Yeah, no, I haven't. I did see it there, and I'm probably gonna wait. Until it starts to die down a little bit and try to get my daughter and I to go there to watch it in IMAX too, because it is the best IMAX theater I've ever been to. Easy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, much better than Universal in City Walk. That's pretty good too, but it's much better than that one.
Wow. Because I was gonna say the Santa Monica IMAX headquarters and the Universal.
Yeah, that one's okay. That one, the Santa Monica one isn't bad, but they pale in comparison to the
interesting
Lincoln Square one. Yeah, it's really, really good. Yoshimitsu, I don't think that Dune Messiah is especially weird. The series starts going off the rails in the next book and is fully insane by book 4. Fair enough. I can't speak on it. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. That picture, look at that picture of me. It's hilarious. Really funny.
It's fucking hysterical. I love
really
that
funny
picture.
Michael Jackson wanted to play Jar Jar, and Lucas saying no to MJ wanted to be in Practical Suit. Oh yeah, Michael Jackson did, right? Yeah, he wanted to play Jar Jar. Would have been better with Michael Jackson the same. Probably the same, because I think the voice it wasn't Ahmed Best that was the problem. It's that voice.
It was the voice, and it was the lines.
Yeah,
like I think because knowing
the character was annoying. Was annoying.
Yeah.
Like watching it again yesterday, it's just like he's just annoying. Way less annoying in the Clone Wars series. Ryan S. After the first 20 minutes, I was locked into the Odyssey. Awesome to see practical location filmmaking and sets in IMAX versus the dreaded volume. Same. I'm with you. I think that they should start doing that. Not everyone's going to be able to do what Nolan does with locations and all those things. Just or budget wise, I should say.
Yeah.
But locations and other things, people could really start to do that more, because you want to feel like you're actually there.
Yeah, I fully agree with that, and that was the thing that I think was so interesting, is all of those islands felt completely unique, and it felt like viscerally real because of it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we're at 84 questions so far, Winston. You're doing pretty good here too. Nice. Again, it's between Smets and Chris Carr, but can Winston get part of the fight? We shall see. Sherlock, is G.I. Joe the right move for Pratt? People have really turned against him for his religion, not to mention he was dogged for doing Mercy because it was labeled as a pro cop and pro AI film. Sherlock, I'm gonna stop you right there too, because this is the thing. People have really turned against him. Let me rewrite it, because it's unfortunately how it really is. Is G.I. Joe the right move for Pratt? Because there's a section of the internet that got really loud and started screaming at him for his religion. The majority of the mainstream audience didn't even know that happened. Not to mention he was dogged for Mercy because it was labeled as a pro cop and pro AI film. A lot of the internet said that it would have no effect on his box office on big budget movies.
I would just also say most people didn't even know Mercy existed. Like just for the last part. Like I hear where Sherlock is coming from, but I don't think it matters.
We get caught up, and we all do. I do.
Yeah.
Sherlock does. Mike does. Everybody does. Roxy definitely does. Where they see something in a conversation happening on the internet, and they think that that's what everybody is talking about. It isn't. It isn't. Sometimes the internet noise gets big enough that it is a big enough story that everyone is talking about it. Mm-hmm. But there's times that it's just a conversation that's happening on the internet, and most people who go to buy tickets aren't paying attention to it.
Fair.
This is possible. Now, this is a different conversation. I think it's more people have fatigue for him of being overexposed. That is an issue that always happens.
I agree.
100%. Now, do I think that he's running into that right now? I don't. But maybe it's one of those things where it's just like, it is hard to sustain as a star. It is just hard.
It's really hard.
Even watching this documentary on Sly, right? He does Rocky, and it's huge. It's it's a big movie. He becomes a star overnight. So his next movie he does is a movie called Fist, and it doesn't do well. And people are like, "Oh, he's a one-hit wonder. He's done. It's over." And then he does this thing, Paradise Alley, does no numbers. It's over for Sly. And critics, he's trying to fight critics and all this stuff. And it's already like this. And then he does Rocky 2. He gets back there. He does First Blood. And then he's the biggest superstar in the world. And then he hits another spot. He goes like this. It's these ebbs and flows, but you got to get the right thing. That's it.
Yeah. Dude, it's you also with the whole Eminem song. You only get one shot. It's like, think about the number of actors that like they do the hot thing. You have to capitalize, and you never know when this ride is over. So you just got to go.
Yeah. So this is something I want to address though too, because Ryan S just brought this up. And I haven't seen it, and we have to get, if it starts getting the politicals, I'm putting people in timeout. Let's talk about movies or move somewhere else, because we're not doing that here. This has always been the rule of this channel. I don't want people are getting put in timeout now. Stick to the debate, have conversations about movie and debate, but don't be dicks. All right, next one. Okay, Aiden, dang, Winston looking leaner. Keep going, man. Highly recommend a weighted jump rope for 10 minutes a day to get shredded.
Oof, that sounds brutal.
It's brutal, but it'll work. I mean, jump rope is the way to go. 100%.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Aiden.
The Merlot line for the three of you. Oh, PLD's not here anymore. What are your Star Wars hot takes? Mine is C-3PO is more annoying than Jar Jar. That's a hot take. The best movie in the franchise wasn't made by Lucas. That's a hot take. Okay, so what's my hot take? Palpatine's my favorite character. Is that a hot take?
Palpatine's your favorite character?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh wow. That I think the story would have been more compelling if Finn was the Force user, or like the more prominent Force user over Rey.
I don't think that's a hot take. But yeah, I'm trying to think what mine were. I don't know what my hot take is. I got to try it. I mean, I don't know. Well, I have to think about that. The audience probably knows my hot take. I'm not sure. All right, let's see. Yoshimitsu, speaking of Ludwig, there's a band called Galactic Empire who plays heavy covers of film music. Their Mando cover is amazing. Seeing them September. That's fun.
Galactic Empire. Let me
look into that.
On the list right now.
Yeah, look at that. Okay. Mr. I crap and shits. I had to miss the Odyssey yesterday. The theater near me closed yesterday, and it's closed today due to the air quality. Blame Canada. Yeah, I know. There's a lot. I'm wondering if that's going to happen with the.
Dude, they have a lot of stuff here. They got that Duel of the Fates as a heavy rock cover, bro. I can't wait to listen to this later.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. About to watch Odyssey right now at. What is that?
Oh, at the City Walk.
Oh wait, no. There was a stupid ad that was playing on Comic Book Movie. 28 Vasco, about to watch Odyssey right now. It's City Walk at IMAX 11. Pump. Can't wait to discuss. Yes, please let us know. Please.
I'm jealous.
Yoshimitsu, do you think the Mets should trade Lindor? I think the Mets should trade their whole team.
Why would they ask you why you're wearing that big ass Yankee shirt?
Yeah. Ron H. 8 of I wanted to fucking slap Twilight Boy. Oh, yeah, I know, 100%. I think he deserves better than that, though. He's a great actor.
Oh, as an actor, he crushed. He made me hate him. Yeah. So he did a great job.
Okay, let's see. Next one. Jason Bourne will return in the Odyssey. Awesome. He actually said in some interview that they're working on the guy who did the remake of All Quiet on the Western Front. They're talking to him about doing a new Bourne movie.
I mean, dude, Damon was still jacked.
Yeah, he was.
Might as well. Shit.
Yeah, I'd like to see another Bourne movie that can keep consistent with the story. His answer was really good. I liked how he answered it and said that it's a linear story outside of like Bond. He's got to all make sense to the overall theme of it. So, Nathan Drake, I recommend the Jim Thorpe documentary on Netflix. I always heard the name but never knew much about him. What an incredible story. Yeah, I haven't watched it. Check it out. I don't know enough about him either, to be honest.
Write that down.
Yoshimitsu, just say Magneto's power make him age slower. That's what Winston had said. Yeah. Michael D. I just saw it. Picture of PLD as Rogue is
that's fantastic.
That's really good.
Is that Kalinowski as Cyclops?
I don't know who it is. I think maybe they tried to make Kalinowski, but it just could turn into AI face, but I'm not sure. Just saw Odyssey. Yeah, this film is winning Oscars. It's going to win a lot. Aiden, X-Men Evolution has a plot line where Magneto reduces his age after unlocking a secondary mutation. Make it a plot line.
I think that is 1,000% the way to go.
Nathan Drake, Sam knew Ewoks, but not Luke's father. Yeah. Well, she knew who Darth Vader was. She knew who he was. Like in the same way that like there's tons of things that she had told me like when we were watching, we started the Marvel movie. She's like, oh, I've seen Spider-Man 3 because my kid used to watch that all the time. Okay. We started watching Spider-Man 3 and she didn't remember a damn thing. She didn't know anything. I said, you never saw this movie. Oakville Skater became a YouTube member. Thank you, Oakville. Good time to do it. Good time to do it. Ron H. Oscar better start making them dogs. Wait, that's Oscar Mayer. Oscar better start producing multiples for Odyssey. There's no way a bunch don't get noms. Oh, it's gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be all over the place. Michael D. Can't stop humming the motif. Score is incredible. I gotta listen to it again for sure. Armada, what's better, Regal or AMC IMAX? I mean, AMC IMAX, where I go is my favorite, but I'll tell you, I did go when I saw, what is the 4X, whatever the hell it's called in Regal. And
40X?
Yeah, I think so. And I saw this on this huge screen.
At LA Live, or are you talking in New York?
No, it was in New York. It was in Times Square, and I saw Wicked there, the first one there. And it was awesome. It was awesome. I still like the AMC IMAX personally.
I have A-list, so I just don't bother doing anything non-AMC. But I have heard good things about the 40X Regal stuff, so I kind of want to check that out.
Ron H. Cineplex kind of dead to me. Sinistar is my new chain. Fair enough. You've been saying that. Johnny Patriza, I have this one as well. What do you think, PLD? That's really weird.
Okay, now I can see it.
That's Roca, yeah.
Yeah.
Unheard Sirens Incorporated. Hey, Ring. The Kurf's son, Tomb's Penis. Futag Hami Hu in Tomb's Penis. We got to get that. Someone's got to get that. Luke or PLD. If Luke, I know PLD's not here right now, but we've got to bring Ring back. Armada, genius movie pictures, musical like Mamma Mia, but with Creed music instead. Takes place in a motorcycle bar with people on weed, gummies, and Busch Light.
God damn,
that's an Ellis dream. Yoshimitsu, if they're reshooting God of War, I wish they'd change it to the Greek trilogy instead. All the Odyssey hype would make it very popular. That's not a bad point. I'm excited to see it though. I'm excited to see how they do. I just hope they don't do what they did with Halo.
God damn it.
Bad. Ron H. Death Bubba Rip. Thanks for Dope to Smoke. Salute. I was bawling over Argus. F those suitors.
Yeah, dude. Ugh.
What am I talking about? What are we talking about?
The dog.
Yeah. I don't want to know anything. The Shane Markel. Hey man, until September, I'm in a country that only plays censored versions of movies. Oh, there we go. I had to decide to watch it because it may not be in theaters when I get home in September. Certainly not IMAX. Well said. I understand.
Smart. What you got to do?
Makes sense. You got to see what you got to see. Armada, ever see Leguizamo in The Pest? Loved him in the Odyssey.
I've seen The Pest.
Yeah, a long time ago. I don't remember it that well, but I definitely saw it a long time ago.
I mean, this to me tapped back into him, different characters, but the same kind of energy as Romeo and Juliet. Mm-hmm. Him at the beginning of that, and the guns and all that.
Yeah. Ayushi. Mutation is the key to our evolution. It has enabled us to evolve from a single-celled organism to the dominant species on the planet. Still hits. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Ron H. Use the hashtags because YouTube gives you chats out of sequence. I understand. That makes sense. Epic Jeff going to get, look at this, Winston.
Ooh,
Epic
come on.
Is keeping up the good work, fellas. Wishing you the best of the pilot, Kristian. Thank you, Ep. Now, look, same thing, guys. So Jeff, Effie, thank you for putting it out there. My question is this: again, if you guys can in the comment section, whether it's now in the live chat, whether it is afterwards, please let me know what is it at the $25 tier that you would want to see. Put it in there, please. I want to know. Ryan S. Going again with my wife. She's been a history professor and used to watch Gladiator over and over in high school. Curious to see what she thinks. I feel like she'll love it. Gladiator. Yeah. Ron H. But what hashtag am I? Oh, what number am I at now? Fuchma strain. LOL. Fair.
God, Ron H is the funniest.
He's
dude.
the best.
Jesus.
Derek coming in.
Ooh,
throwing
come
bombs.
on, DJ.
Watched the Odyssey last night. Was an amazing watch and beautiful told. A little sound issues. Yeah, agreed. As someone who's read the Odyssey, there was a lot of Odysseus propaganda, but it was still really good. Trailers definitely didn't convey to me how epic it was.
And the funny thing is, there's such an interesting line to straddle with trailers. You need to do enough to get people interested, but you also they've been doing too much for years now. So I actually would prefer to have the hype behind it and not have a trailer be too much than giving the farm away.
Yeah, agreed. Comic lover. The business is where I met my girl. She used to manage talent. I took care of a problem for her. She took a liking to me. The rest is history. That sounds like an A24 movie. Right?
Sounds definitely like a pimp and a hooker. Yes, it does.
I don't know about that.
I mean, we were in the industry. She was the talent. I was the agent.
No. She used to manage talent.
She used to manage talent. Oh, I read that as then okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Derek Johnson, can't watch live support. Thank you, DJ. You're the best. Derek, please watch where you're swinging, says Ron. There you go. Friendly neighborhood Canuck. Any interest in Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40K project? You got to see the trailer. You got to see what it is. I don't know. Where is Highlander or Warhammer? Says Ron H. Good call. We haven't seen trailers for either one or Voltron, right?
No.
Yeah, where's Voltron? We don't know that one either. Nathan Drake, replaying some of the Halo games to get ready for Halo 1 remake. Just thinking about how awful that Paramount show was. Yeah, we just mentioned that. We need a good Halo show. I don't understand why they did that. Like, why you just adapt? They did another lone wolf and cub story. And then I bailed after like the first or second episode. I'm like, this isn't Halo. I'm like, come on.
It was terrible.
Terrible.
You literally could have just done the first game as a movie, and it would have you can make the little changes you need to adapt it, and it would have been fantastic. I don't know why they did that.
No. Let's see. Shay Markel. Here's a small fun fact about Dune. The House Atreides bloodline is traced back to descendants of Agamemnon. It's inconsequential, but cool. Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, wow.
Winston. You to get it? You know what happened?
No, I know what happened. I wasn't listening again.
We literally, I think Gopal said this about 15 super chats ago.
Yeah, I know.
Ron H. I think Halo is ripe for a big budget, large screen, epic adaptation. The scale of the story would be incredible. Master Chief's helmet stays like Dread. Yeah, absolutely.
I hated it. They took
hated
it off.
Hated it. Gopal gifted 5 memberships. There you go.
Thank you, Gopal, and I'm sorry that I didn't hear your first super chat.
That's all right. Michael D. PLD told me he loves this pick. True story. Yeah, him and Roku. All right, let's see. Unheard of Sirens Incorporated. Seeing Ellis in that red devil suit reminds me why they call him baby carrots. It's hilarious. Yeah, that was we had the team's championship match yesterday.
Nice.
So and then today we're gonna have that El Miambe and Snyder match. So Gopal, we are the future, Charles, not them. Nice one. Ayushi, they no longer matter. Derek, back for a sec. I'm still taking Project Hail Mary over Odyssey. Okay. I just got hit in the feels harder over that story than Odyssey. I think that's fair. Emotionally, that makes I can see that. I'm going to put the Odyssey over if I'm voting. as far as Best Picture goes, I take the Odyssey, but I'm not going after anybody who says Project Hail Mary hit them emotionally. I'm just that makes sense. Ron H. Comic, I love your love story. It should be as a film. That's what I said. Graham Cracker, are you watching relevant Book of Boba Fett? Yes, we're gonna watch those two episodes that actually, because we're watching all of Mandalorian. So those 2 episodes of Mandalorian inside of Book of Boba Fett we're gonna watch. Yes. Armada. So I guess Nolan is doing Blue Thunder next. Is that true? I hope not. Ryan's looking fit, Winston. What's been working for you?
The regiment that Kristian gave me, that I guess was also from Ming, that I've been doing 4 times a week, and watching what I've been eating like crazy, and walking a shit ton. Just on the tip, man.
Okay, looking fit, Winston. We did that one. Haskell. Ludwig said that Nolan told him to not use an orchestra for the soundtrack. Instead, he relied on 35 bronze gongs, ancient instruments, and vocals. Yeah, because I think because everybody does that for those Swords and Sandals movies, so he wanted to move away from it. That's smart. Yeah.
Wow.
Charlie Tobin. Sorry, I heard that Oscar winner Brenda Fricker has passed away. Famous for My Left Foot and Home Alone. Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Let me double check and see.
If the only woman that I could think of.
Oh yeah, of course, the pigeon woman.
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
Yeah. Man.
Damn.
Yeah. How old was she?
She was born in 45, 81.
81, yeah. Shoot. Oof. All right. That's sad. She was awesome in that.
I'm gonna go watch Home Alone 2 today.
Comic lover. Nah, I don't eat off a dirty plate. Pristine only. Oh, Pristine, I see what you're doing. Okay. You guys are getting filthy. Ron H. Princess Positive's idea of Dante's Inferno would be awesome. Carrot Top is Dante. Okay, fine. Jelly Roll is Dante. Stop this. And Johnny, what anime are you watching that is hilarious. That's Roka and PLD or is that PLD and PLD as Han and Leia? That's hilarious. What anime are you watching at the moment, Winston?
At the moment, I just did a rewatch of Hunter x Hunter. I love Hunter x Hunter. There's nothing on the immediate thing. I think I'm probably going to rewatch Solo Leveling soon. And in all honesty, I still haven't started the live action One Piece, so I may do that, even though that's obviously not anime, but it's an anime live action adaptation. I should probably do that. That's probably what I'm going to do next.
Last one for now. 115 questions so far, though. Oh, 2 actually. Armada, bring on Denis and his Dante Inferno movie. I'd pay to see that. And then Winston, show us the tattoo, says Mung first.
So my family, I'm 5 of 6 kids. We all got our number. They decided to do Roman numerals. I didn't want to do that, so I went and got the 5-star Dragon Ball. This is the Triforce that I have here, and I took the Wind Waker idea of how the Triforce of Courage is broken into parts. The idea for me is that these are all broken into parts, and I'm trying to become a more powerful, more wise, more courageous person, or I'm trying to become the best person I can be.
There you go. Okay, I think that's everything there too. So thank you. We'll find out tomorrow who is the winner of this week. Winston had a pretty solid day. Thank you to everybody who chimed in here. Winston, where can the good people?
Absolutely. You can find me at the Swaggy Blurred on all platforms. Not today. Today is going to be the day off so I can finish dealing with all of this. We've got another bookshelf here, so the decorations will be a lot better, the backdrop and all that kind of stuff. But yep, here on YouTube, lots of stuff coming out. My Odyssey Out of the Theater reaction is already there. I will this weekend do my spoiler review, which will come out as well. Tuesdays on Spill the Tequila with Roka. We had to postpone this week, but we will be back this coming Tuesday. Blurs in the Hood on Wednesday, and then here on Fridays.
All right. Thank you to Winston A. Marshall. Thank you. How do you get that? Winston A. Marshall. Thank you to PLD. Thank you to Luke and Jonathan. Everybody helps this show. Really appreciate you guys. As I said, please put your comments in there. I really want to get your input on the Kickstarter as we're launching it soon. Got one more from Ron H here too. I would totally support a Sam and Kristian reaction to Enter the Dragon. Kristian, do that and watch Hollywood. I've shielded for you forever, Biatch. Do it. I can't. I mean, can we? The only thing is making me watch stuff is something I'll probably never be able to do. I just can't promise it through my time. But you are the man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. If you didn't get tickets already for the big comedy show that we're doing, on October 8th. Me, Jen, and Ellis together. They're going fast, and I don't even know if there are any tickets left. But if you're going to be here, you should go and check it out. If you're going to be able to. Oh, okay, sure. But Nathan Drake says Mercy has 24% on Rotten Tomatoes, still more than a toy. That's crazy. Toy's awesome. Love that. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Let me get rid of this thing so I can say goodbye to y'all. Appreciate you. We'll see you on the flip side. I'll be back. Well, Sunday night, House of the Dragon. Today in half an hour, Empire Strikes Back. That will be up in just a little bit. We will have Monday. We're going to do my Hokum reaction with Tina. Tuesday, we got the Phantom Menace. This Sunday, actually got House of Dragon. And that's it. So thank you so much for being here. Let me double check and make sure there's no more questions. Oh, there's one more. I know you're busy. Love you, though. I know, Ron. You're the man. You're the man. Thank you, guys. See you guys on the flip side. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Did you shit in that?